Hello guys, it's Sprigty Chelsea and today we're talking about Aussie primary school. This will relate to you if you went to New Zealand primary school and maybe even a bit of British primary school. But for the sake of the video, I'll be calling it Aussie primary school. I've seen a lot of people do this, like Georgia Productions, so shout out to her. But it's definitely been a while since I've seen any video like this. I went to primary school from 2012 to 2018. I'm now in year 10. It's been a couple years. But I know a thing or two, and I've had the help from you guys in my TikTok comment section. If you guys like the video, make sure to subscribe and comment down below what you remember from Aussie primary school. I might make a part 2, you never know. Let's start off with the elephant in the room, Healthy Harold. I think he's now called Happy Harold, which really concerns me. There was nothing happy about that giraffe, only anxiety, and you can't tell me otherwise. Some days you go to school forgetting that you had Healthy Harold, and the teacher would go, "Okay guys, we're about to go over to the van." And it was this stingy white van. I thought we were told not to go into white vans. You'd line up, you'd go in, and it smelt like just musty. They had the nice diagram of the human body. They'd tell you, "Don't go on YouTube kids." And then they'd bring out the giraffe and go, "Hello, it's Healthy Harold." How am I meant to believe that? Point is, I don't think it worked. I come to school every day in high school and there's just essays everywhere. They clearly didn't listen. But I think they should attack the situation from a different angle, not Healthy Harold's mouth. It's Tilly said, school discos. School discos. And you'd have to come all the way back to school and you'd go into the hall. You'd have a couple broken glow stick wristbands. And for me personally, they always played the Nut Bush, the one party rock song, the Macarena. And the popular kids always went on stage to kind of demonstrate. And I'm really sorry to say, but I was one of those in primary school. Am I now? No. But I was, and I was very confident, so I'd go on stage and I'd demonstrate the heck out of the Nut Bush. But the oxygen level in that gym was just very low. I'm sure a couple kids passed out every single time. Peer support. Through the entire 6 years, peer support was only good in year 6. Why? Because you got to run it. I don't know, I felt like a teacher in year 6 when I'd have all my little kids in front of me and I was teaching them lessons and they actually listened. Maybe I should become a teacher and quit this YouTube thing. But from kindergarten to year 1, it was terrifying. I thought those year 6s were way older than they actually were, and it was so intimidating because it was like getting a new teacher. Macy Lake 29 says, Easter hat parade. Oh god, the Easter hat parade. Now don't lie, your parents definitely made your Easter hat. I think I remember putting a couple chickens on there, maybe an egg or two. That was it. I never actually did the thing. But lucky for me, my mum was pretty creative, so I won stuff some of the time. But there was always this kid that had a hat that was just triple the size that they were. A tiny 3-foot person just wearing a massive, just feathery mess. And they'd win and everyone was jealous and always going up to them. They were the popular kid for the next week. And you'd sit really patiently waiting for your class to be called and you can go do a loop. Now I really hope that everything I'm telling you is kind of universal. From what I hear it is, but my school was a little different to other schools. Oh, this one's really good. Molly Simpson says, how we would say good morning to Miss or Mr. and good afternoon we just woke up or we were sick. Why did we do that? I went into high school in year 7 and I realized that no one did it. It would go a little something like this. Good morning, Miss Teacher. Where did that come from? And why did every school do it? I really want to know the root to the problem and if it still happens. Is it happening right now in primary school still? Assemblies. These were the pinnacle of nostalgia. The first part I'm going to talk about was running the assembly. Even if you're in kindergarten, your class had to stand up in front of all the students and run the assembly. You'd have your nice laminated piece of paper and you'd practice maybe the lunch before and all the chairs would be laid out in front of all the students and then it was your time to shine. Did the teachers have any more notices? And it went really quick and then you'd sit back down, but it was the most important part of your week. Going off that was singing at assembly. I don't think all schools had this, but personally mine and other people I've talked to had songs being played at assembly. It'd be something like Waltzing Matilda or some dumb song that was the current song. But don't get me started when it was Christmas time. You'd have Santa in his shorts. You'd have Aussie Jingle Bells. And it'd be so beautiful because all the kids in the hall would just sing along and it was just so amazing. We're all united. That'd be the last time that happened. But I think they need to add that in high school because I think it'd really help out. Stationery. Now, this was a really touchy subject depending on what your parents decided that you needed for stationery. For me personally, year 1, you'd stop using the school stationery and you'd have to go out and buy your own. Either your parents would go to Kmart and buy like just the cheap stuff, or you were lucky enough to enter Wonderland, which was Smiggle. Oh, Smiggle, my beloved. Smelly pencils, the bubble pencil case, and you'd get everything color match, and it was perfect. I think I remember having my bubble pencil case for like 5 years because I loved it so much. I think we should bring Smiggle back as a trend, because imagine just all of high school just having a Smiggle pencil case. They were stylish too! Chatterboxes. Picking a color and a number would decide your fate for the entire year. And I was that one kid that didn't know how to do them, so I'd get other people to make them for me, and they'd always have weird messages inside of them. Or maybe they didn't and my school was just a little odd. I mean, I know that's the truth anyway. But yeah, I mean, they were self-made fun and they were really cool. Felicity says a color run, and I don't think every school had this, but mine personally did. You'd dress up in complete white, and I ran it because I was an SRC, and you do laps around the oval, and then people would just throw color bombs at you. And I think only recently I got rid of the shirt, but it was really cool, and it was just a moment of just unity again. Like the whole world went on pause and none of your problems mattered. You're just getting colored in paint. And for my last point, packing up the classroom at the end of the year. It'd be the last day of school and you do no schoolwork. You'd have to get rid of all the paintings on the walls, clean out all the drawers, sometimes even say goodbye to your favorite teacher, or your least favorite, which was always good. I think year 6 was the hardest though, because I had a really good teacher and I'd never see her again. And I wasn't going to high school with any people I knew. I guess in the moment, you don't really realize that you're going to miss this stuff, because it's just silly stuff that you're living in the moment. And I'm sure when I get out of high school, I'll probably think the same about high school. And if I could relive it for one day, I think I would. Of course you'd have hiccups, like you'd fall off the monkey bars, or your friend would start to hate you for a day and they wouldn't tell you why until the end of the day. But we were kids, and being a kid was really cool. Whenever you're having a moment that you know that this is going to stay in your memory forever, make the most of it. I've gotten this idea from Nicole Liano, but if you made it this far into the video, comment the bell emoji, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye! Oh, okay. I laughed.